Greetings, my excellent friends. The Dead Monk welcomes you to Purgatory, and I'm here to talk about The Mandalorian, Episode 3. Now, I have to say, I like this episode a lot better than the first two. I thought the first one was kind of slow. The second one to me felt like it was entirely filler, and the whole episode could have been 5 minutes long. But this one, stuff happens. The story advances, and yeah, I thought it was really good. I'm finally impressed with something Disney did. Now, can they keep it up? That's another story. I do have one huge problem with the story, though. And that continues on. Hey, there are going to be spoilers throughout this. But, yeah, stuff happens in this episode. I really like that. We get more Carl Weathers. I don't remember his character's name, so I'm just going to call him... I'm not going to call him Apollo, that's not fitting. We'll call him Dylan. So yeah, we get more Carl Weathers, his Dylan character. We get more Mandalorians, I like that. Yeah, we get more Baby Yoda, I don't like that. Baby Yoda is my huge problem with the show. And Mandalorian, well, he doesn't have a name. So to me, well, he's 25% different Boba Fett, so I've been calling him 25. So 25, he gets another new gadget, and he gets to use them a lot. And I like all the gadgety stuff. Feels Batman to me. I like that stuff. And there's plenty of that. And just as before, the more he talks, and it's Pedro Pascal, whether he's actually in the suit or not, whatever, but it's his voice. And when you don't get to see his voice, and you just hear his... Sorry. You don't get to see his voice. When you don't get to see his face, and you just hear his voice, but it's a little, muffled digitally, whatever. I think he sounds like John Cusack. And I just pictured John Cusack, who's getting pretty old now, actually doing all the kicking ass. No knock on Pedro Pascal. To me, he just sounds a lot like John Cusack when I can't see him. Anyway. So yeah, like I said, overall, I really like the episode. I think it's really good, and stuff finally happens. Not all good, but some stuff finally happens. Alright, so yeah, what happens here? I think it's silly that this show has a little, recap thing. Although I guess the episodes are coming out weekly instead of all at once, so yeah, maybe not binging them, but still. It's kind of silly the second episode to see, oh, here's what happened before. Yeah, it's episode 2, mate. Anyway, after that, there's not really an intro for The Mandalorian. All you ever see is The Mandalorian, and it plays a little bit of music for like 2 seconds. But there's a Lucasfilm intro thing. Like, this is a new thing they made. I've never seen this before this show, and I didn't mention it the first 2 times. But it shows Lucasfilm, and then it shows all these different masks or droid heads with light going across, either blue or red. And to me, it just looks like Battlestar Galactica, because it looks like there's this Cylon head. I mean, none of them look like Cylons, except the Mandalorian masks, kind of. But it looks like a Cylon head, especially with this light that goes across, just like the red Cylon light. I don't know, I don't like it. You shouldn't look like Battlestar Galactica, you're Star Wars. Anyway. So, 25... He comes back from the desert planet, not Tatooine, and has the Baby Yoda, and he delivers the Baby Yoda to Werner Herzog. Former Imperial, he's wearing Imperial insignias, he has Stormtrooper bodyguards, and his scientist guy. And here's my big problem with the Baby Yoda. Oh, and 25, he delivers the Baby Yoda, and at this point I was hoping, okay, this is it for Baby Yoda. Right? Not this is it for Baby Yoda, but that's just it for Baby Yoda in the show. That was my hope. And let him turn that in, get on to some other bounties and stuff like that. But no, this is not the end of Baby Yoda. The reason I don't want Baby Yoda in there is that it's very, very likely that this is a clone of Yoda, which I think is stupid. Just absolutely dumb. And I don't want that. And what I was hoping when he turned into Baby Yoda was that that would be the end of that part of the story, and maybe that was setting something up for episode 9, Luke's erection. Because nothing's going to save that movie. It's already going to be trash. So, you know what? So what? They're setting something up for that? Okay, fine. That was my hope. But no, that's not the case. And the reason I really don't like Baby Yoda is, well, see, in the first episode, I didn't catch this because I've only seen Attack of the Clones once or twice, 15 years ago, plus. So I didn't really catch this, but apparently the scientist guy has a patch on his arm with a little insignia. Although you never really see it too well in the first episode. There's like one frame where you can kind of see what it might look like. And that's about it. But it's clear as day in this episode, and yeah, and I had to look it up because I'd heard about this somewhere. But it's the insignia that was on every single clone of Jango Fett's in Attack of the Clones. And I assume they use that other places. So this guy's connected with cloning. And Baby Yoda's 50 years old. Well, depending on exactly when this story takes place, I mean, it's after Return of the Jedi, the Empire's gone, there's a new Republic. But, you know, how early, how much before Episode 7, Good Morning Force, I don't think they've ever said. But, I mean, Return of the Jedi was, what, roughly 25 years or so? 25 years or so after Attack of the Clones? Something like that. And, you know, say it's been another 15 years before The Mandalorian. And then, I mean, they were doing cloning before Attack of the Clones. Well, that's just when they found out about it. So, yeah, having the Baby Yoda be 50 years old just fits in perfectly with it's a clone of Yoda. I mean, how hard would it have been for Palpatine to use some agent something, just get a little sample of Yoda DNA, clone Yoda. So it's extremely likely, at least in my opinion, this is a clone of Yoda, which, as I said, I think that is stupid. And yeah, I was hoping it was just set up for stupid Disney Jake Wars trilogy movie. But no. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and it's not actually a clone of Yoda. I think that's the third worst option. The worst option is it's actually Yoda. Second worst option is a clone of Yoda. Third option, which is the least bad, would just be, it's not really bad at all, would just be, oh, it's another member of Yoda's species. Okay. Oh no, third worst would be it's Yoda's kid. That would be stupid. Fourth option, which I don't think this is the case, but this would be the best option, it's just another of Yoda's species. But I'm sure they're not doing that. It's a clone. And there have been enough clones? No, we don't need clones. Yoda's dead, he's gone. No, he still shows up as a Force ghost, isn't that enough? Anyway. So, yeah, that's why I don't like the Baby Yoda. So I was hoping he would just move on, and yeah, he gives Werner Herzog Baby Yoda. He collects his Beskar. And then he goes back to the Mandalorian blacksmith. So this time, she's making him some new chest armor. And yeah, he gets that. And then while he's in there, we get to meet a bunch of other Mandalorians. When he's talking to us, saying, alright, this is the armor I need. And they come out. And they're calling him a coward and stuff for working with the Imperials. We get a little more backstory. The Mandalorians were almost all wiped out by the Empire. And so they're mad that he was working with Imperials. And, but the blacksmith, she's in charge, she calms it all down. But yeah, we get a little more backstory, we meet more Mandalorians, and we find out that they only go out one at a time. They're all in hiding, and they only show themselves one at a time. And, well, we're following 25 as he is showing himself. And, well, yeah, so that all happens, and then she makes him some more armor, and as she's forging it, we get more flashbacks to when 25 is a child, and this is when they're being attacked. And, you know, he gets put in a little shelter to keep him safe, well, they said it was the Empire, but it's those some of the stupid droids from the prequels. It's the ones that are big, bulky ones. They're called something. You have the regular battle droids, right? The stupid little ones, and then you have the big ones, or they're like, not super droids. Not destroyer droids. Whatever they're called. But it's one of those stupid ones. They just have the two little blasters on their arm. Yeah. So, if it's the Imperials, why is it droids? I don't know. Maybe they're mistaken as to who almost wiped them out. I have no idea. But yeah, we see some more flashbacks. And once he gets his new armor, he goes back to Carl Weathers, Dylan, and he gets his next job. That's all he wants. I mean, Carl Weathers, he's all happy. Says all the other bounty hunters, everybody was after Baby Yoda, but only 25 was able to come through. And Carl Weathers shows that they gave him some Beskar as well. So he pulls it out of his little chest pocket and says, look, I got some too, I'm rich. Yeah, sends him off on his next job. And as I said, I was hoping that's what he's going to do. Move on. But no, he's just about to leave the planet, and he changes his mind, and he goes back to rescue the Baby Yoda. And, yeah, he kills all the stormtroopers in there, and stormtroopers, of course, even from short range, they almost always miss. At this point, do we really still need to do that? Come on. Two of them were firing on him from, I would say, less than 10 feet away, and they can't hit him. One of them actually hit him in the shoulder. That was a different stormtrooper, but still, two of them from less than 10 feet away can't hit him. They're pathetic. So, yeah, he goes in, rescues Baby Yoda. He doesn't kill the scientist guy, and Werner Herzog, he's not around. Or at least we don't see him during this time. And they had Baby Yoda in a little machine. They were trying to extract something from him. And so he gets Baby Yoda, he gets out of there, and he's going to his ship. And, well, maybe Werner Herzog, or the scientist guy, contacted Dylan and told him, hey, got the Baby Yoda. No, they didn't contact him. Because all of a sudden you see Dylan and his bulb starts blinking. And everyone has a bulb blinking, telling them pointing them in the direction of Baby Yoda. And, okay, the fobs are still stupid. How are they tracking someone, and how does it work across, from one side of the galaxy to the other? How? It's really dumb. However, at least this one with Baby Yoda, I can see just a little bit, because if they did clone Baby Yoda, then, maybe he was implanted with something when he was just little, when he was a fresh clone. I can kind of forgive that, but still, they get those little tracking devices for anyone. Why? How is everyone able to be tracked? Yeah, well. Anyway. So yeah, everybody goes off, and now all the bounty hunters are after 25. And they stop him before he gets to his ship, they surround him, and then now we have the big fight. That was pretty good. And 25 has to be... he kills a lot of them, but he has to be rescued. A bunch of the Mandalorians come in. Some of them have their rocket packs. And yeah, this is great. You get to see a bunch of Mandalorians in their armor fighting. good stuff. I want to see more of them. And so yeah, 25 gets to his ship, has to shoot Carl Weathers, has to shoot Dylan, and then he flies off. And, well, Dylan got shot in the chest, but he's not dead because, well, that's right where the Beskar was, so it stopped the shot. And 25 flies off with Yoda, and that's where it ends. Oh, as 25's flying off, one of the Mandalorians in his little rocket pack, he flies up to the window and gives him a little salute. And I just thought it looked like the Rocketeer. Between the helmet, the armor, and the rocket pack, and especially with the salute, it was a Rocketeer. I was hoping it was actually Bill Campbell in there. And yeah, so 25 flies off with Baby Yoda, and that's it. Oh, he sees a rocket pack and says, I gotta get one of those. So I'm sure at some point, 25 is gonna get his rocket pack. Alright, so yeah, that was the episode. Like I said, overall, I really liked it. I just don't like Baby Yoda because he's going to be a clone of Yoda, and I think that's stupid. I don't like that Episode 9, Luke's Erection, has a clone of the Emperor. Or whatever, a clone's involved. And I tried to avoid learning stuff about this movie, but I've heard that much. The Emperor's in it and a clone is involved. Whether they made up some rubbish about the original Emperor really being a clone and this is the real one, or this is a clone, whatever, I don't care. Clones are stupid. Yeah, the Clone Wars, fine. Those were just nameless troopers. Don't constantly have clones of major characters that aren't just nameless throwaway characters. It's stupid. But it's so Jar Jar Abrams. It's so Jar Jar Abrams. But yeah, that's my biggest problem with the show, is the Baby Yoda. And yes, the little Baby Yoda's cute. That's fine. But as a part of the plot, I do not like Baby Yoda. So hopefully they prove me wrong and it doesn't turn out stupid what they do with Baby Yoda. But I'm not going to keep my hopes up. It's Disney. And, oh, see, that was another thing. Right, so, I mean, they have a show right before Episode 9, Luke's Erection. Except I think 1 or 2 episodes are after. So, that was what really had me hoping when he handed off Baby Yoda, that this was just to set up that, and this is why the show came out when it did. Was because they were going to have something to do with Baby Yoda clone in Luke's Erection. And they still might, but that's what I was thinking. But, alas, that wasn't the case. Baby Yoda's still in it. Alright, so that's the episode. I'm now actually looking forward to the next one. They finally gave me one I really liked. So, yeah, a week from now, we'll see how the next one goes. Alright, in the meantime, just go out there and be excellent to each other. Farewell.